Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is April. Thank you for stopping by. Please consider subscribing and please hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. I'm excited for today's project. We'll be doing an iron orchid designs Christmas deer sign. This is an IOD, which stands for Iron Orchid Designs project. This beautiful collection for 2020 is stunning. This watercolored woodland Christmas transfer was hand painted exclusively for Iron Orchid Designs by Lexi Grinzer. I love the beautiful deer and the holly and the berries. They have a great selection to choose from. You can create so many different designs with this transfer collection. They have the pine garland and the holly and berries garland. There's cardinals. Oh my gosh, the poinsettias are absolutely gorgeous. You have these beautiful trees. I just love this collection. But today we're going to do a deer design. I'm really excited to get going on it. This is a Waverly water-based sealer. So you always have to seal your projects first with a water-based sealer. Yeah, I'm just using a foam brush, and you need to seal it pretty well. You need to seal the surface so that the transfer will adhere better. I'm not only going to seal the inside, I'm sealing all the way around the frame. For today's project, I am choosing the smaller deer. They have two sizes in the collection. You just need to cut out your designs. Underneath the transfer is a piece of paper. It has a special film on it so that the sticky part of the transfer on the back can adhere to that. I'm just trying to decide what I want to put on the sign. I didn't do it ahead of time. And I decided on this garland on the top. It has pine cones and acorns and pine. I think it's so pretty. So far we have the deer and the pine needle. Oh, brother. So far we have the deer and the garland, and I'm cutting out some berries now. On the back you can see all the different designs that they have on this particular Christmas transfer. I know there's still some available, but the shipping might take a little longer since it's getting closer to Christmas. You can overlay some of these transfers on each other, and you can decide if you want more or less. You can cut out whatever you prefer not to be on this particular project or any of the projects. or you can add or delete as you go. This really pretty wooden sign I bought at Hobby Lobby, and with the sealant on it, it looks really, really pretty. It was coming apart in areas, and in this picture you can see the nails sticking out, and I went ahead and redid the whole frame. I took it all apart and put it back together with wood glue, and it's in really good shape now. But in some of these photos, it looked like it was coming apart. This is the rubbing tool that they provide with all their transfers, and you really need to press down really, really hard, and it takes a while to get the transfer off. You just have to be persistent. And then you rub it with this grid line paper that was on top of the transfer. You rub it down with your hands as well. Because this is such a long process, I sped up a lot of the work that I did on this, but I was trying to include just to give you an idea of what you need to do. But it does take a while to get the transfer placed on there where it will lift up easily. And you have to be careful. What I do is I place the transfer down, rub it, my hand over it, as you see here, and then with the rubbing tool, you really get in there and you press and you rub the transfer, I would say in a hard fashion, because it did take a while to do. I lift up the paper as I go, the grid line paper, to see if the transfer has come off yet. And if not, I just lay it back down and continue to rub on the parts that have not come up yet. Like right underneath this grid line paper, you can see right there where some of the transfer is still not coming off of the paper onto the wood. So you just have to keep rubbing. It will come off eventually. Some of it comes off really easy, and then other parts, depending on your surface, it takes a little longer. There we go, and you just lift off the grid line paper really carefully. And then you take it again and you rub over the transfer with the grid line paper. You can do any touch-up that you think you need to do. Sometimes after you lift the grid line paper off, it might look like you need to rub over some of the glue that adheres the transfer to the surface. But then once that's done, you can't tell, depending on the surface especially though, you can hardly tell that there is any glue whatsoever. Since mine is a dark surface, a few spaces you could, or a few spots you could tell that there was some adhesive there, but after the second coat of sealant, it looked fine. You couldn't tell at all. So now I'm just cutting out some more holly. And I decided to put some more pine cone decor on this as well. So there's two pieces of paper, as you can see. One, the transfer is adhering to the white bottom part, and the top grid line paper is laying on top of the transfer. And now you just have fun picking out the different transfers you want to use and placing them on the surface of your project. I grew up in New England quite a bit, and I really love pine trees. The smaller piece came up much easier than some of the intricate parts of the pine needles at the top. After I placed the pine transfers at the bottom, I did go ahead and rub those with my hand, and also the the grid line paper to smooth it out. I just thought, since there's holly and berries on the deer, I decided to put some at the top and also at the bottom. I also added some berries at the top as well. They have so many beautiful designs with iron orchid. There's so many different things you can try. They have molds and stamps and the transfers. They just have so many things. They also have like a roller for walls to make faux brick design, and with some stain or paint over that. I mean, it's just beautiful. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever used transfers, if you've been interested in using them, if you've seen them on YouTube or online. They have full tutorials on the Iron Orchid Designs website, but they also have YouTube videos that are really, really fun to watch. You'll love the sisters that own this company. They're adorable. Again, you always need to rub the design down after you've transferred it with the grid line paper. I'm going to cut out some more berries to put at the very top. Come out with new designs at the different seasons. I'm excited to see what's going to come out for spring. But I'm just so in love with the Woodland Christmas collection for 2020. It's just so beautiful. I'm using this distressed ink to go over some of the places on the wooden sign that got kind of scratched, or maybe some glue on them. When you take hot glue off of surfaces, it takes the paint or stain with it sometimes. I'm also cutting the transfer where the lines are in the board so that it will adhere. I don't want anything coming up and peeling off, so I'm scoring it actually along these lines and pushing it on the inside so it will stay secure there. You can do that on like dresser drawers or cabinets, something that is opening like the drawers, and you can put part of the transfer on top of the drawer and on the bottom, and where the drawer opens, that is where you just cut the transfer after you've already put it on, not before. You can just cut it with any sharp tool. Now I'm putting on another layer of the sealant to protect the transfer. I love how it turned out. It looks so cute. I'm sealing around the outside of the frame as well. Now we're almost to the finish line. I'm putting these really cute bows that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm putting them on each side of the sign just with hot glue, and I'm kind of putting them at an angle. You'll see in a moment, like that, where one part of the bow is just on the frame and the other one is off. I didn't want to cover up the transfer. Looks kind of skewed at this angle, but when you're looking at it straight on, and it looks great. I'm tying some twine into a bow, just a really simple bow, and putting it on with hot glue. And I put a little pine cone there as well. You'll see it more on this side. Making another bow. I just tie a knot and then I make a bow. If there's any excess twine, you can just trim that off. Make the bow any length that you want. Just put a little dab of hot glue on the bow and just adhere it wherever you'd like to. You can also decorate this frame however you want. You don't have to use bows. You can use greenery and more berries, or you can do whatever you like, but I think it turned out really cute. And now we're going to have the final reveal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please subscribe. I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Until we meet again, be brave, be kind, and be loving.